Hello once again, Maize and Blue fans. As always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. This is it. This is the game. Ain't much else to say. I mean, this is the game. We've been waiting all year. 2 one-loss teams. Let's settle it on the field. So, Michigan will play OSU in Ohio, and I'm just going to talk about what we need to win and what to expect to see from them. So, honestly, this will be the best QB that Michigan has faced, and will be the best defense that OSU's offense has faced. So it's going to be a contrast of what do you expect. Now I'm going to start with the OSU offense. Now the OSU offense hasn't ran the ball very well. They're really a pass happy offense, and going against us, that could be good or bad depending on if the pass rush gets there. But one thing I do know, and they exploited this last year, is one thing: crossing routes. If you're running man defense, crossing routes, it's easy money all day, because all you have to do is get inside position, and if you got a receiver with decent speed, he's going to be open. All you have to do is wait on him. So you can expect to see crossing routes like we did last year and like we did last week against Indiana. So it's going to be crucial to see what Michigan does in those situations, because when it gets to crucial situations, they're going to run those crossing routes. 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 10s. They're going to run them. Now, are we going to stay in man and just hope the blitz gets there, or just hope we can get there at 4? Or are we going to switch to a zone? We haven't played much zone. We played a little bit last week. Or are we going to play? We could zone blitz. That's also an option. So I'm not sure how Don Brown is going to try to attack that, but he definitely will have to do something on that. And besides the crossing routes, and I said this in my video the other day, Haskins is going to test us. He's going to test the corners: David Long, Lavert Hill, Brandon Watson, Metellus, and the safeties Metellus and Cannell. He's going to test them. Good quarterbacks in teams like this that throw down the field, you just running with them isn't good enough. If you're a step behind, you beat. Because a good quarterback's going to put it on the money, and his receivers just got to make a catch. Or even if you right with him, he's going to throw it up, and the receivers just got to make a catch. That's just how it goes. So we're going to see, hopefully the pass rush gets there. If the pass rush gets there, then we shouldn't have too big of a problem. But we'll see. And my last point with that is, I hear people saying, we have trouble with runner, but thank goodness Haskins isn't a runner. He's playing us. He's playing Michigan. He will run if he needs to. And we have to rush the rush lanes. We have to rush discipline. We have to rush discipline. Rashawn, I'm mostly talking to you. Rashawn Gary it'll be 3rd and whatever, passing down. He'll take a super wide angle and leave a big lane for the quarterback to step up and run. So it's crucial that him and whoever else is in on those 3rd downs do not rush the passer just undisciplined and just take a wild angle trying to get around the edge. You got to come with something else. You can't. You rushing so wide. You're leaving rushing lanes for the quarterback to just step up and go get free yards. Can't do it. Like you have to rush and stay in your lane. Like, you can't do that every time. It's gonna be, it gets predictable and it gets exploited. So hopefully he won't do that. I've been seeing, I'm not sure if Chase is going to be in the game. I've been seeing a lot on third down. They take Rashawn out and put Uche in. But if Chase isn't 100% and isn't playing every down, then you may see Rashawn on one end and Uche on the other end on third down. Or either Kwity Paye. But that's pretty much the offense versus our defense, everything I'm really thinking about right now. Now, as far as their running game, it's hard to say because they haven't really ran the ball that much. They're a passing team, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to establish the run at least. So our DNs aren't just teeing off on Haskins because their offensive line isn't that good. But we'll see. It's the game, so you never really know what to expect. Now, as far as Michigan's offense versus OSU's defense, this is the thing about OSU's defense. Their linebackers, they normally have good linebackers, athletic, smart, fast, big. These dudes aren't those type of linebackers. They make mistakes, take wrong angles, and they're not as fast as normal. And they're real susceptible to misdirection reads. So if you run the read option and with a jet sweep coming around. So we don't do a lot of that. And I've said this before that we need to strictly for them. Strictly just in general because it makes the defense who's got it. You're showing a lot of eye candy, and it makes the defense second guess itself. Football, hesitation gets you killed. You don't have time to think. You just have to see it. So all that misdirection, it really messes it with them. You saw it against Purdue. You saw it against Maryland last week. So we will see if we run some stuff because we run the read, but we don't really bring that jet sweep. We don't really bring that misdirection sweep. We just run the read with it. So hopefully we've been saving it and we mix it in because that's really what exploits their defense is all that misdirection eye candy. You can call it, I guess. But so that's what really exploits their defense. We don't really do that too much. Like we have Higdon's a pretty fast back and everything, so he can scoot. But we don't really do that so much misdirection eye candy and throw over the top. We'll do a little of that in the red zone with the play action, but it's more just a read and then play action. So this game, Shay's gonna have to run that ball because honestly, we're not gonna know how our defense and how our defense is gonna react to our offense. I mean, to their offense. So we might have to put up points. This may be a shootout. Like you just never know. But I would like to see us throw downfield. That's what I would like to see. Use these weapons. Use these big wide receivers. We use Gentry. I like Gentry. And while I'm on Gentry, I like him. But our tight ends, him and McCune, they'll drop passes. Crucial passes. And this is the type of game where your playmakers win it. The coaches are going to have you in position to win it, but you got to make the plays. Every game, you go back to all these games, it's the playmakers. So Higdon, Tariq, DPJ, Gentry, McQueen, Nico. Who's going to step up on offense and carry us or make big plays if it is a shootout? That's what it really comes down to because this is a playmaking game. This is a playmaking game. Who's going to be the playmaker? Who's going to be the dude that when they show the 2018 game made a huge play? Who's going to be the dude that they show? Because you go back in history, you got Charles Woodson, you got Maurice Claret, you got all these different dudes that have just, they're in history of making a plays in this game. So, who's it going to be? Will it be Shea? Will Shea take 180 when we need him to? Will Shea make a huge throw? I mean, it's all going to be there. For me, watching so many of these games, the coaches, I don't see too many coaching mistakes as far as us just going forward and being in the game and the play calling and stuff. Harbaugh calls this game damn good every year. So it's going to be the playmakers. 2016, we had it all there. Wilton Spate threw a pick. Was that a pick six? I don't know if it was a pick six. Either way, they scored off of it. Then Jabril Peppers gets an interception. And Wilton Spate fumbles it on the goal line when I think we were up 10. That would have sealed the game. So your playmaker, your quarterback, he let him back in the game. I mean, defense could have stopped him, but defense just got you the ball back. So what are you going to do with it? Playmakers, that's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to make the plays to win it or lose it? Because if you haven't noticed, people all on my Facebook groups and everything I see, people watch OSU. Oh, OSU, they're getting their butt whooped. They're down to Maryland. Just wait. They're not used to losing. When you're not, I said this last year in my video. They're not used to losing. When you're not used to losing, you don't just get down 14 points and just quit because you're used to winning. I'm not going to lose to Maryland. I'm not going to lose to this team. So the same comes into play with us. What were we up last year? 14-0. Had them down. Then they start, okay, let's go. They think they're about to beat us. Then they start coming back with body blows. Tie the game up. Metellus dropped a pick. So that's just the stuff that happens. Like you have to make these plays. So if we get up, we got to hit them in the mouth and stomp them if we get up. Like, just keep it going. And then if we do get up, the defense has to, when they make their comeback, the defense has to say no and keep making plays. No, you're not coming back this year. No, it's over for you. Now, the same goes to if they get up somehow, Michigan we have to have the cohesiveness and the savvy and to just come back, to not we're about to get blown up. No, just wait it out and make plays. You start getting worried and try to win it all in one play, you're gonna get blown out. Because when you try to get it back in one play, you make mistakes. You miss open dudes on short routes, and then you try to go deep and it gets picked. So there ain't much to say. I mean, I said a lot, but but it's all about the playmakers to me. Who's gonna make the plays on offense and defense to win this game for their team? I don't have to say much more. We've seen it. I've seen OSU's dudes make those plays. They've made them. Whether it's been J.T. Barrett, whether it was Dwayne Haskins last year, Dobbins, Mike Weber, these dudes they make plays when they need to. So who's gonna be the dudes that step up and make it happen? Even on that 2 years ago, 2016. Before that fourth down, it was third down, and we had them stopped dead to rights. We let, who was it? Weber, let him make a play. Got out of there, reverse field. Got it to the 4th and 1, 4th and 2. And then the J.T. Barrett come. That play shouldn't even have been, that 4th and 2 shouldn't even been an option. But if you don't make those plays, you give them chances to make plays. So that's all I got for today. I'm going to probably make another video because this is the game. It's a lot to talk about with this. But as always, like, share, subscribe, and go blue.